All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant. How you guys doing? I know you guys are doing good. I know you guys are doing great. How are my gens doing? How are my 21st century demons doing? How are you guys doing? So, today we're going to talk about something I feel that we should talk about. I think it's like really important at this present time to talk about it. And I've talked about it with a couple other people. I'm seeing YouTube videos coming up in my timeline. There's a clear there's a direct message. There's a DM being sent to me right now. There's a DM being sent to me right now. It's about money. It's about money. 2022, people still have a clear disdain for money. I don't have a disdain for money. I'm not jealous of people that's making it out there. That's not my style. I'm a business and spiritual consultant. That's what I do. So I'm in the business of making people successful. So I'm not trying to, diss somebody when they're successful. So the problem is with spiritual people, we don't give a fuck about money, right? Like that's like the thing about spiritual people, we don't give a fuck about money. But the thing is, that might look good on paper, no pun intended. That, pardon the pun, that might look good on paper, but it's not the total truth. It's not the complete truth. The reason why is money is not real. See, the thing is, a lot of people are like, yo, all this is an illusion. None of this is real. But the thing you have to understand is, before you create an illusion, you have to have an image of something that is real in order to copy the thing that is real, in order to create a copy of a thing that, in order to create something in reality, especially if you're creating a forgery means copy, right? So if life is a forgery, that means somewhere out there in the universe, on a different planet, in a different galaxy, in a different universe, that the forgery that you are in, there is an actual reality to that forgery, right? Because it's a forgery, right? So if it's a forgery, if it's an illusion, that comes from something that actually exists. You can't create an illusion out of absolutely nothing, because if you create an illusion out of absolutely nothing, then you just created something, period. So everybody is on board with saying that this is an illusion. But why everybody says that it's an illusion? Because there is real value to what you are seeing. It is not the actual thing, but the actual thing exists somewhere. You maybe not have seen it, or maybe you have seen it. I'm not trying to judge people that are already advanced enough to know, you know, that these things exist. I'm just saying it in general because some people don't know and some people do know. So the thing about money is, money isn't real. So we all agree to that, right? We all agree that money isn't real. It's just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything, right? The last part, that part, is not an actual fact. Money is the representation of something that does exist. Money is, in a way, a forgery of an actual thing. It's a forgery, it's an illusion of something that actually already exists in our current world, whether you want to believe it or not. So, once you understand, because when you don't understand when you don't understand that concept, you're gonna be like, you're gonna see all the negative things in the world that money has created, all the pain and misery that money has created, all the injustice, corruption, and whatnot, right? You're gonna see all that shit, and you're gonna hold resentment towards money. So you'll be the kind of person that does not want to have anything to do with money or people with money. You're not gonna go hang around with people with money. You don't want to be around people that make money. You don't even want to be around money, period. The only thing that you want to use your money for, the only thing that you're gonna end up using your money for, eat food, pay your bills. Pretty much it. Or indulge in your daily habits or hobbies, right? So you're gonna indulge in the hobbies. You're gonna indulge in habits. You're gonna indulge in eating. You're gonna indulge in paying your bills, and that's gonna be the end of the show. But the actual truth is that's not the end of the show. It's just the beginning of the show. Paying your bills, indulging in your hobbies and habits, eating food, eating nice food, if that's the case, is not. That's just the beginning of the story. It's just the tip of the iceberg. We say the tip of the iceberg because an iceberg is huge, and there's actually two tips to an iceberg. There's an up tip, there's a down tip, right? Because an iceberg is actually a floating, massive ice crystal or ice cube, whatever. So an iceberg is pretty huge, but there's two tips to an iceberg. So you see money as something that is not real, that's an illusion. But when you go higher level, when you are going towards a higher level of existence, when you're going towards a higher level of understanding, you now understand that money might not, the paper money that you are holding in your hands might not be real, but the energy behind it is real. The energy behind the money that you're holding comes from somewhere. It comes from a person. It comes from an emotional spectrum. Because if you're getting money, you're making people feel a certain way, right? Like if you might, your someone is happy with what you're doing, whether you're doing wrong or you're doing right, doesn't matter. The thing you have to understand is if you're receiving money from people, then you're making somebody happy. It's like you go work at your job. If you make your boss happy, maybe you'll get a promotion. Or even if he doesn't give you a promotion, just the fact that you're working at the job and you're still working at the job 2 weeks later, 2 months later, 2 years later, you're making that specific office or that specific boss happy with your work enough for, or your supervisor enough for you to stay at that job in order for them to feel like you should stay at that job, right? So the money that you're receiving is actually energy. Your energy that you poured into your work, right, then comes back to you in some form of some form of energetic value. Now, in the life of the Matrix world, when people do something, the emotional value that's brought back to you, the energetic value that's brought back to you is on a monetary state. It's a monetary plane, right? So you receive money for work done. You receive money for work done, bada bing, bada boom. That means you put in energy and you receive the energy back. It's equivalent exchange. It's alchemy, right? It's not necessary, and like I said before, it's not like because the world is corrupted that you're getting money. It's not because everything is fake that you're getting money. That's what you have learned as a child because your parents told you money ain't shit, right? Everywhere your friends told you money ain't shit. right? Everybody keeps telling you money ain't shit. Even rich people say money ain't shit, right? So this is part of the illusion. I'm not saying money is the greatest thing in the universe, but you have to understand, if everything that you learn since you were born is bullshit, because some people, when they say that phrase that everything you learn was bullshit, they're only talking about religion, right? So it's just religion that's fake and everything else is real. That doesn't make any sense. And then some people, when they say that shit, they're talking about finances. They're talking about financials. So financials, the society is fake, but everything else is real. That doesn't make any sense. The reason why that doesn't make any sense is society, history, society, um, religions, all those things are interconnected. All those things are connected together. The Vatican, all that shit, right? The Vatican, the government, they're all connected. Those are people that they don't necessarily know each other, but at some time and point, they're going to visit each other. They're going to go talk to each other. They have business dealings with each other, same, so you have to understand that if all these things are fake, then what is actually real? There has to be a reality somewhere. You can't consider yourself to be, because you have to understand that if all these things are fake, then you're fake too. You have to understand that you yourself, you're a fake person. That means you don't exist, right? But you do exist. Of course, the body is only something that you need to transcend and shed like a serpent, right? You need to shed your skin like a serpent and rejoice in the renewal of the new self, of the higher self, right? So you have to peel off your skin like a serpent and then rise from that old skin to become a new person. So you have to understand that even if you become that new person, you're still on earth, dog. So there's a lot of things that you need to reevaluate, right? Like your point of view on things. If everything is fake, then you can't consider some things real. You cannot consider that people telling you, even especially if you've been told this story for so long and people have said this story for so long, you cannot consider that story to be real. The whole story of money being fake and everything and blah blah blah. And yes, in some shape or form, money is only printed and people are corrupted and yada 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 blah blah blah. But that's one side of the story. That's one side of the coin. That's just the yin. But you gotta check the yang, right? You gotta check the energy, right? You gotta check the other opposite energy, right? So the other opposite polarized energy of money is what? Money flows. It's a currency. What else flows? The water. The water goes where? Everywhere. It touches everyone and it goes everywhere. So if you go on land, what actually goes everywhere and touches everyone and that everyone uses? Money. So money, that the paper that you're looking at, is actually an illusion. You're 100% right on that. But what is not an illusion is you having money. Money that you hold in your hands is the illusion. You are right. But what's not an illusion is you holding money. Money is an illusion. You are right. But you holding money is not an illusion. That's very real. So when you have money in your hands, it now becomes real. When you receive money, it becomes real. When the money is just laying there and being passed around and blah, 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 that's the illusion. That's the fake part. But you having money is very, very real. Very real. So you just need to stop having, which is going to be hard for a lot of people. This is something that, even though I explained it, a lot of people are not going to accept it because they're very angry at the state of the world. They're very angry at what the money, the energy was used for. And these people are in their total rights to be angry at what the energy was used for, because it was unfair, it was malicious, it was ill attended, so on and so on. But you can't, that's also part of the illusion. That's also an illusion. So in actuality, you have to not care about all these things, because they are just part of 3D TV. You're watching 3D TV. There's some people that are like, I don't watch TV. So you think that there's a difference between walking around town and TV. There's no difference. There's no difference. TV is just an accelerated version of what you're seeing when you walk outside. TV is actually a fourth dimensional rift in time and space. Television, telepathic vision. Telepathic vision, television, antenna and antenna broadcast, radio frequency broadcast, light sharing, colorized visions. That's what TV is. The magic box. It's a fourth dimensional rift. So when you're walking outside, you're going to face the same things that you see on TV. You're going to be in fights. You're going to be in arguments. You're going to meet people that are super stupid. You're going to see all these things. Everybody agree on that. Everybody's been through it. Everybody sees it, right? You're going to see corrupted officials. You're going to meet corrupted shit. I've seen some corrupted ass shit out here, man. And I'm not talking about just like in the streets. I'm talking about like, pastors, politicians, and shit, all kinds of shit. So TV isn't real. But just like money, TV is based off of something that is real. The illusion of TV is based off, the only reason why it's an illusion is because you, in your subconscious, is aware that there is a reality to that illusion. So in essence, people flaunt the word illusion around, but they tend to forget that this illusion actually comes from an actual real place. So money, like I said, just like tea, is just like TV. It's another example of how an illusion actually has standing in a real plane of existence. So, like I said before, a lot of people are not going to agree to this. A lot of people are going to be recalcitrant to this notion because they were raised to be fuck the world. They weren't raised to be fuck the world, but they developed this ego and they've developed this in their ego. They developed this practice, this mantra, this belief, this religion, this culture of having a negative, of staying in a negative standpoint with what is called, what the 3D world calls money. In the five-dimensional world, money is called energy. In the five-dimensional world, money is only energy. And in the five-dimensional world, we don't talk about money. In the five-dimensional world, we don't talk about money. In the five-dimensional world, we understand that if we do something, there's energy that's going to come back to us for the things that we do. But when you're in the 3D world that most people live in, this representation of this energy that comes back to you when you do things is represented by money. So I hope this was well explained. I hope you get it. But I know a lot of people are still going to be like, very resistant to the idea of money. It is what it is. So I hope you like this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.